Welcome to the Fort Walker Controlled Access Area Safety Briefing.
Welcome to Fort Walker, the best training and support anywhere. Located south of Washington, D.C., and just minutes from Richmond, Virginia, Fort Walker is the Joint Forces' premier all-purpose, year-round training destination, encompassing a total of 76,000 acres, including 27,000 acres for live fire exercises. Fort Walker is uniquely postured to meet the training and range qualification requirements for the full spectrum of military operations.
Units love to train here because we've got a great set of employees that are all focused on supporting the warfighter. We've got the one-stop here that works directly with you to coordinate all of your training, whether it be setting up your training areas, scheduling your ranges, your ammo, your bivouac sites, your barracks. Everything's done through the one-stop, which sets us apart from other organizations. We've got current operations, future operations, and maintenance that has a full staff to keep the ranges fully operational at any time, 365 days out of the year, so you can come here and train. We've got land nav sites, urban operations facilities, combined arms, combat training facilities, live fire ranges. We can shoot anything from 9mm, 50 cal, Mark 19, demolitions. For our aviation operations, we've got a full-scale assault landing strip. You can land C-130s and C-17 on the runway. We can conduct paradrop operations, whether it be bundle drops or personnel drops on the drop zone as well.
People come here and train for real-world, active Army, as well as the other 5 branches of service. Their mission essential task list is what they're going to accomplish. The installation has such an offering here. You have up-to-date berthing, brand new racks, brand new mattresses and wardrobes, air conditioning, and of course potable water, as well as the furnishings of the administration buildings, which there are 18 alone in this camp. Units prefer to train here aboard the installation because it is unfettered access and distance to the ranges or to the training areas.
Whether training with small arms or conducting large exercises with advanced weapons and vehicles, Fort Walker has all your training needs covered. Fort Walker, the best training and support anywhere.
In addition to the training areas, Fort Walker has 31 controlled access areas that are in the extensive range training complex south of Route 301, available for hunting only. Fishing and trapping are not authorized at this time. As stated in DA PAM 385-63 Range Safety, Section 2-1A, unauthorized persons are prohibited from entering the installation training complex. So due to their proximity to dangerous military operations, hunting in the CA areas has additional requirements to qualify hunters for authorized access to the range complex. Please reference the Fort Walker hunting, fishing, and trapping regulations for more information on how to access the CA areas. Here's a picture of the Fort Walker recreational map showing the 31 CAs. The CAs are designated by the letter CA before the number, and most of them are orange with the exception of CA 27, which is shown as purple because it's a specialized hunting area. CA hunting requirements. All CA hunters and observers must have veteran or probationary status to enter the CA areas. In addition to a general hunting permit, hunters must also acquire a free CA hunting permit. All hunters 12 years and older are eligible to hunt the CA areas upon meeting the additional requirements. Each hunter is required by regulation to personally complete the CA safety briefing video annually before they can acquire a CA hunting permit for that year. Due to the increased responsibility and risk of hunting in the CAs near the range complex, a probationary period is required. The probationary period is a 1-year process where hunters must complete the CA brief video and hunt the probationary areas with no violations. If the hunter completes the 1-year probationary period with no violations, the next year they must complete the CA brief video and reach out to the Fish and Wildlife Office to obtain their CA veteran permit. Veteran CA hunters must be 18 years old. Reminder, no first-year hunters at Fort Walker can access the CAs, and CA status can be stripped from any user at any time for any violations. Hunters 12 to 17 years of age may hunt CA areas when accompanied by a current probationary or veteran CA adult, but youth hunters will remain probationary until they reach 18 years old. A probationary CA hunter may only hunt the following CAs: CA 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11 Alpha, 11 Bravo, and 12. A veteran CA hunter may take one probationary hunter with them into the veteran-only CAs. The probationary hunter must be in the same CA area and hunting with the veteran. Make sure you are using the current recreational map. Know how to identify gates, recreational roads, CA boundaries, no hunting areas, and most importantly, your location. Gates are depicted by a blue circle with a gate number label beside it. Gates are open and closed daily by range control. Gates are marked in iSportsman as open and closed on the area status list. You are responsible to know the correct gate to access your assigned CA. Never drive around a locked gate. Surface Danger Zones, also known as SDZs, is the safety area extending from a firing point to a distance downrange generated by the specific weapons and projectiles to be fired. As seen in the picture below, there are 2 SDZs extending from range 3. Depending on the weapon system used determines which CAs will be closed. Dedicated impact areas are defined as an impact area that is permanently designated within the training complex and used indefinitely to contain fired, placed, dropped, thrown, or launched ammunition and explosives, and the resulting fragments, debris, and components. CAs are not located in a dedicated impact area, and hunters are prohibited from entering a dedicated impact area. These areas are marked red as no hunting on the recreational map. Unexploded ordnances, UXOs, are explosive weapons, bombs, bullets, shells, grenades, landmines, etc. that did not explode when they were employed and still pose a risk of detonation potentially many decades after they were used or discarded. UXOs from at least as far back from the American Civil War still pose a hazard worldwide, both in current and former combat areas and on military firing ranges. A major problem with UXOs is that over the years, the detonator and main charge deteriorate frequently, making them more sensitive to disturbance and therefore making them more dangerous to handle. There are countless examples of people tampering with a UXO that is many years old, resulting in fatal results. Believing it to be harmless, they handle the device and it explodes, killing or severely injuring them. For this reason, it is required that UXOs should not be touched or handled by unqualified persons. Instead, the location should be reported to range operations so that explosive ordnance disposal professionals can render it safe. Never assume a blue-painted UXO is safe. Blue ammunition means training, not inert. Many blue munitions can kill. Here are examples of the few munitions you could find while on Fort Walker. While recreating at Fort Walker, it is possible to find unexploded ordnances, UXOs, anywhere. Follow the 3 R's of explosive safety: recognize, retreat, report. Recognize. Do not touch or disturb the UXO. If a UXO is found, mark the area, not the UXO. Retreat. Leave the area carefully by retracing your steps. Report. Report it immediately to range control at 804-633-8224. If it's not yours, don't touch it. All range facilities and buildings are off limits to hunters, and never shoot at range targets. If you encounter military training in the area you are checked into, stop and do not interfere with training. Leave the area and notify game check personnel. Training always has the priority. While traveling to your area, if you encounter soldiers in the roadway or road shoulders, slow to 10 miles per hour or come to a stop and wait for the signal to pass. In the hours of darkness, use low beams and flashers. If you ever become unsure of your location, immediately backtrack the way you came and use the recreational map, road signs, gate numbers, and CA signs to determine your location. We recommend carrying a GPS or downloading one of the many apps on your phone to aid in navigation to always be sure of your location. Unauthorized entry into a restricted area, a closed CA, or an open CA without an iSportsman check-in is a serious safety hazard that could result in injury or death. It's also considered trespassing and will result in loss of hunting privileges and potential legal actions. Can you enter a restricted area or a closed CA to recover wounded game? The answer is no. You can contact Fish and Wildlife Office at 804-633-8984 and update them on the situation. If there is a workaround, they will work with you. Waterfowl hunting with retrievers is allowed in the CAs. All other types of hunting with dogs in the CAs is strictly prohibited. Do not check out at the end of the day until clear of all the CA gates. Range control begins closing gates as soon as the last CA hunter checks out an iSportsman. Reminder, you must check out before leaving Fort Walker. Failure to check out at the end of a hunt has been one of the most commonly committed violations and will be monitored closely by law enforcement. Failure to check out results in an immediate hold on your account, preventing farther use of iSportsman, and could result in loss of recreational privileges at Fort Walker. All acknowledgments must be read before accepting them. By accepting them, you are agreeing to the terms of that acknowledgment. Here are a list of important phone numbers to write down or save in your phone. For the Fish and Wildlife Branch, for any questions on hunting, fishing, iSportsman, or game check, you can call their office at 804-633-8984 or 804-633-8750, or you can call their cell phone at 540-938-1231. And if you need to get a hold of Fort Walker Police for an emergency situation, you can call 804-633-8911. For a non-emergency situation, 804-633-8888. And if you need to report a UX set or range control, you can call them at 804-633-8224. In summary, read, understand, and abide by all applicable regulations. Be sure to have the most current hunting, fishing, and trapping regulations as they get updated annually. Understand the dangers and responsibilities associated with hunting in close proximity to live fire ranges. Safety takes priority at all times, and there's zero tolerance for violations in the CAs. If you have any questions, contact the Fish and Wildlife Branch at 804-633-8984. Be safe and good luck.